Hello everyone, Sokolov here. Just gonna go over a little bit of a replay, explain my thought process, and you know, tell you guys a little bit what's happening in this game. So this is Himmelsdorf. I'm on the hill where I usually go. The hill is a very important position to take, particularly if you are looking to carry. It's the position from which you can flex to multiple position and where you have a lot of influence over a large area of the map. If your team wins the hill, you can flank the enemy. This is where some of the pubs will start arguing and telling you the objectives on the other side of the map. And while that's true, you only really need a couple tanks there in order to reset and hold that position. And as long as they don't completely overrun it, you should be okay. And coming back down off the hill and towards the flag to reset is also pretty fast, generally speaking. So, unfortunately, what's going to happen here is that I'm going to be caught in a fairly dangerous position. You can already see the setup here that is going to happen. I have an RU with me, a tier 8 light tank, and an IS-3 to the left over here, who's one shot. And coming up is a Type 4 Heavy, a Patton, as well as an E75. And there's also a Ferdinand behind the E75. This RU is not going to be alive much longer, and neither is IS-3, which will leave me 1v4. Right here, I am actually spotted. Let me slow this down. And the RMH, the Roomba, is about to shoot me here, but I do get away in time. And there's the miss. So over here, the IS-3 is about to die, and he does. So I decide to come on this side and see if I can plug in some damage before having to deal with those two. There's no way that I can trade enough damage here to kill both of them. I'm just hoping to deal whatever I can. And in the meantime, hope that the T-34 from behind here will be able to get some shots and maybe hold off the Patton and the Type 4 Heavy a little bit. So here the Ferdinand does actually peek, and I get a shot on him. He returns fire but misses, although I don't think there was any way he could hit me. E75 doesn't push on me, and he really should right now. And it looks like the T-34 does hit the Patton right here. The RU has backed up too much. He really should be trying to stay alive here if possible. That said, he does eat a shot for me. So, the Patton probably could have shot me at this point, and I probably backed up too far myself. And so at this point, I was in a very dangerous position. There is 4 tanks about to converge on me, and not a lot of help coming up from behind. So what I decided to do was track the E75, which would hopefully give me a little bit of a reprieve, and in the meantime turn around and fight these two. And the reason I'm picking the Type 4 Heavy and the M Patton is that the T-34 can help me with the Patton, while he probably won't be able to get any shots on these guys, even though the Ferdinand is potentially one shot. At the same time, the T4 Heavy is slow, and I can probably take advantage of that. So the E75 is now tracked. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn around in such a way that avoid giving myself up. Here I take an ill-advised shot. I'm actually trying to hit the flat panel right here on the Type 4 Heavy. This section is makes him, when he's angled, this is actually flat to you. Unfortunately, I missed that shot. But in the meantime, the Patton has exposed himself and takes another shot from the T-34. The Type 4 Heavy does track me, but I don't take damage, luckily. And I get a shot on the Patton. The shell does not quite kill him. At this point, the Type 4, I think, makes a critical mistake here that allows me to do what I'm about to do. He should have been pushing me. Instead, he backs off, letting me finish off the Patton. In the meantime, the E75 has finished being tracked and gets a shot in from behind me. I decided to try not to shoot T4 Heavy and maybe get a shot on E75. I'm actually expecting to be perma-tracked and dead at this point, and I'm just trying to do what I can. The Type 4 Heavy shoots me for damage, doesn't track me, so I'm actually able to get away here. I'm going to try and get around the T4 Heavy here, use him as a shield against the E75 if possible. Right here you can see I have gotten around him. He does ram me for about 200 damage, which is not ideal, as it puts me completely in one shot. Earlier I may have been able to survive one hit. But the E75 does not have a shot on me, and I'm able to get one shot on the T4 Heavy. In hindsight, looking at this replay, I probably had time to get one more shot on the T4 Heavy, but I decided to just get out of there instead. The T-34 here is very good and does finish off the Ferdinand, who I'm not quite sure what he's doing actually. So the T-34 finishes the Ferdinand, and here I'm looking at the map and trying to pay attention to where the enemy is going. And what I notice is the E-75 is turning around, so I also turn around rather than try and fight the E-75 head on. You can see there on the map he's slowly moving towards me. Either he's backing up towards me or he's turning around, doesn't really matter. The point is he's doing that. The T4 Heavy doesn't chase me, makes sense, I'm way too fast for him. Instead he makes sure that his armor is facing my allies down there. Unfortunately, I wisely have turned around and I'm going to be able to get multiple shots in his back here. E-75 is still coming around fairly slowly. It's possible his engine is damaged, I don't know. He was not as fast as I might have expected. Then again, 907 is a fast medium. T4 Heavy here starts to turn around to try and maybe get a shot on me, but we finish him off just before that occurs. So this is one of those situations where a lot of other players might have given up or charged straight at the E-75 or trying to get the kill on the Ferdinand. Instead, if you just think about it for a minute and try and see where you can exert the most influence and allow your teammates to help you out, you'll achieve much better results. Here, given that we are being base captured, and you notice the map shows 2, possibly 3 tanks are going to be on the base capture, and we only have the T-32 and the ISU down there, the ISU being fairly slow, I just had to actually come off the hill and help them. But at this point we're actually winning quite handily. We're up 3 tanks, and these guys here should be able to hold off the E-75, either kill him or at least last long enough that we finish off the rest of the map. So I'm going to just speed this up here. The Patton down here, I miss him, he misses me. You notice I shot and it immediately veered off to the side so that even if he was aimed in or auto aim, it would be much harder for him to hit me. I get a little bit lucky here. This shot actually lights him on fire and he dies immediately. I don't know what AMX is, so I back off. And from here on out, it's just clean up. Initially, I decided to try and cap, but then it looks like the E-75 is actually killing my teammates, and I decided not to risk it and go and help them. And I get the final shot here on the E-75. So it wasn't a full hard carry. The rest of the team did a good job, and we were fairly even. But I was able to exert more influence on the hill because I didn't give up, and I analyzed the situation and took advantage of my teammates. I hope that was interesting for you guys, and maybe somebody learned something. See you next time.